Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, round 4 of P1RC's Beetle League, so the Gr3. Oh, I got my volume up a bit high. Let me turn that down a bit. Yeah, we're back for the Gr3s, the Beetle League with the P1RC boys tonight. Round 4 live from Autodromo de Interlagos, or something like that. A couple of new drivers in tonight. We have got, down for the count, 23. New driver this week. We'll see how he gets on tonight. Magenta Fez starting this league. P1 Dodgy. So P1 Dodgy only raced, I think I've only seen him last week as well. Who else we got? CJ's in the house. Fizz Ruckus. P1 Manny. All the usuals. Let's get ourselves on track. Evening people. Darren, how you doing, brother? Right. I ought to find points as well before we get too deep into quali. So just give me 1 second. I'll pull those up for you. What's that? That's the wrong league. Right. So leading the way after round 3, we've got P1 Rowell, who's handed in the reins of lobby host tonight due to one of the members not being able to get into his particular lobby. Everyone else can get in but one. So our man P1 Dylan's hosting lobby tonight. I'm good, thanks Darren. I'm good, thank you very much. So Rowell's leading the way. He is on 65 points, so running away with it. He's had 2 firsts and a second. Reg GT is in second. He's had 1 second and 1 third. Fourth as well, by the looks of it, on 45 points, so sitting in second. P1 Don in third. He's also had a second and a third. 44 points, so 1 point down for him. Third, P1 Dylan in fourth. He's had a couple of good results, but then missed last week, so no points on the board. He's had a first and a third there. He's got up 38 points. CJ's in fifth. He is on 33 points. GTR Evo in 6th on 32 points. Oh, sorry, 23 points. That's my eyes going weird. I need to change that up. There we go. There we go, that's better, I can see it now. P1 Apache sitting in 7th, he is on 22 points, so right behind GTR Evo. Ghost Realm in 8th, I don't think we're going to see him in the lobby tonight, he's on 21 points. JPH 99, also don't think he's in the lobby tonight, 20 points for him. Let's see, so it's a short little 15 minutes quali for you lot. We haven't, maybe they have started it, we'll start having a look at lap times in a second. GT just getting a tail full of dirt there. So yes, JPH not in the lobby tonight. Manny Afek in 10th. He's on 17 points. GT Deli B also not in this tonight. So he's sitting in 11th on 13 points. Also on 13 points is Convicts Popeye. So joint 11th really with GT Deli. P1 Dodgy in 13th. He is on 12 points. Dory. He's on 11 points in 14th, Valium in 15th, he's on 10 points, a couple more drivers to go. Fizz Ruckus in 16th, only 8 points for him. 17th is Magenta Fez, new driver to sim racing in general is Magenta Fez, so give her a chance. 8 points for Magenta as well. And P1 Pilgrim only picking up 3 points overall in this championship. And again, I don't think you're going to see him in the lobby tonight. Right, let's go and have a look at lap times then. P1 Don holding pole position at the minute. Like I say, a 15-minute qualifier. And then we jump into a 40-minute race for you lot. So P1 Don's on a 130.9. P1 Timberlake on a 130.9 as well, so just 5 thousandths off of P1 Don's time at the minute. Dylan the lobby host on a 130.9 as well, nothing in it between the top 3. He's just been pushed down though. Rowell's come in, the bionic foot, 130.5, look, Smashed a good nearly 0.4 of a second off of P1 Don's quickest. Big shout out to all the new subscribers as well. Shout out to Down for the Count. He's given me a subscribe this week. Where is he? He's in this lobby somewhere. Let's go and have a look at him. Here he is. So he's in 11th on the grid at the minute with a 134.9. I'm liking that livery on your car there, Down for the Count. Let's see if we can get a better look at that, shall we? Oh, that's the wrong button. You'd think I know what I'm doing by now, wouldn't you? There we go. Let's just have a look at... Turn your lights off. Can you recognise the two characters on the front of that car? If you can't, well, that's your bad. Not a bad looking livery there, mate. We're down in 12th at the minute for Down for the Count. So yeah, Ralph's still leading then on that 130.5. He is actually just coming around to put another lap on, so let's just see what he's got. I think he's engaged the bionic foot early on tonight. It's Ruckus, go, go, go! We'll see. Where is he? He's not even on the board at the minute. What did Raul put in? Oh, not quite as quick, 130.6, but still pretty damn quick. We've got P1 Don. There's Fizz Ruckus just having a bit of a tow off the back of P1 Don there. He's going to pick up a nice time. So P1 Don still stays in second with that 130.9. P1 Timberlake, 130.9 as well, third. P1 Dylan, 130.9, fourth. GT he is on a 131.2. Sitting in fifth on the grid at the minute. We're coming up to the awkward central part of this track. I don't know what these corners are called. It's disgusting, I know. I should know. But I hate this circuit with a passion, so I refuse to learn them. P1 Reg GT sitting in sixth. He's got himself a 131.3 on the board. He's got all the threes actually. Dory in seventh. He's on a 131.9. CJW Racing. Look at his, got his own livery smashed on the side of the car. Good lad. 131.9 for CJ. 8th place. P1 Apache in 9th on a 132.0. Manny in 10th. He's on a 132.2. P1 Dodgy in 11th. He's on a 132.5. Fizz in 12th. He's on a 132.9. Down for the Count in 13th. He's on a 133.8. Convicts Popeye in 14th, 134.4. Our American cousin. And Magenta Fez 15th. Oh, we're yet to put a hot lap in actually, Magenta. Again, go easy. She's brand new to this sim racing malarkey. If you know the story, you know the story. I'm not going into it all. If you know the Stuey Mac story, you'll know it all. So what have we got? Just over halfway through quali, so they've got a little bit of time left to try and put some laps in. Hopefully Baggy's watching. He'll be pleased to know that I've been yamming a pizza literally 30 seconds before I started this stream. I thought I'd have time to eat it and I nearly didn't. I did just about. Still got a little bit of garlic bread just hanging about. Alright Bags, I've not got round to that bit yet. Right, let's go on board for a lap with Raul, and let's call these corners all sorts of horrible names because I don't know what they are. So we are onto this long start-finish straight. It is pretty much straight from that harsh 90-degree left-hander. It's full tilt all the way down here into the first of the corners. It's a great big chicane, nasty one as well, easy to run wide on either side of this section here onto the green AstroTurf on the side. Big long sweeping left, full power down here. Someone can correct me on the names of the corners. This is going to be the left with the red thing. So great big 90-degree, easy to run wide on the exit there. Raul just keeping it within the lines. penalty central through that corner, especially the first few laps of the race when the drivers are close together. Now into this double right. Again, you may see one or two drivers go for an overtake through here. Depends whether they can slip one down the inside or not. Now into this horrible, horrible central section. Awful centre corners these, into the left, into the right. To this right, just following Magenta Fez through. Easy to run wide on these corners as well. Again, easy to lose one or two positions. Oh, Raul just being compromised on his hot-ish lap. So into this final turn. This is where I would say the start-finish straight really does start, because it is a all-out thrash from this point on. So that lap a little bit ruined for Raul, but he's got a little bit more time to put one in. He's coming in the pits for tyres anyway, so it wouldn't have made a difference. Still holds on to that top spot. Everyone rocking the Max 64 shield on the side and the bonnet. Good lads. Chris B. Sienna S's. Sienna S's or Senna S's? What, the first turn is Senna S's. Oh, what have you done there? Or the middle section is the Senna S's. That could be all you watchers' jobs, is to correct me when I get all my corners wrong. You know what I could do, don't you? Now I've done the points, I don't need that little screen just there. I could find myself a track map. If I could spell it right. Right, hold on. Let's have a look. Some of that. Right, it's got P1 Timberlake thrashing the crap out of his Beetle there, trying to lose the weight, drop the fuel. He's got it in second gear through every corner. First turn, right, Senna S's, we're in, we're getting there. Baggy, you been listening? Or did you smell it? Which was it? Were you listening or did you smell it? That's all I'm going to say to you. So it looks like Aaron's just starting a hot lap then, losing that fuel before this lap. Fresh tyres on board as well. And let's see what he's got through the Senna S's. Cheers, Crispy. What's the next corner? Quick. What's the next corner? Just turned up. Wasn't paying attention, I was looking at the chats. You would have missed the fact then, Baggy, that I was talking about literally 30 seconds to a minute before I started this stream. I was yamming a pizza. I still have garlic bread lurking, alright? I'll try not to yam it and upset the stream. Here we go then, track map of Interlagos, all in, Senna S's, Curve du Sol, there we go, Cedar de Logo, it's all in foreign, that's good, isn't it? His purple sector in then is P1 Timberlake. Let's see if he can get the fastest lap of the race. What have we got? A minute and a quarter left of qualifying. It's looking good as long as he kept the speed through that final turn. Keeping it tight on the way through. Not quite, he does move up a position into second. So just as we come to the end of this qualifying, I'll run quickly through the order. Raul actually putting in purple sectors as well, so looking to secure that top spot. So sitting in first on 130.1, he's actually gone quicker while we've been looking at P1 Timberlake. So he has got himself into second on the grid. P1 Don in third now on a 130.7. Dylan fourth, 130.6. Don, what's going on there? Dylan third. 130.6, just going quicker than P1 Don 4th now, 130.7. Reg GT 5th, 131.1. Still a little bit of glitch in there from Reg. GTR Evo, he's also putting in purple sectors as well, so we may see positions change just as we come to the end of this qualifying. 131.2 he's on at the minute. CJW 131.2. I know CJ likes this circuit. P1 Apache in 8th, 31.6. Fizruckus 9th, got to be quick now. Dory 10th, Manny in 11th. Dodgy in 12th, Convicts in 13th, down for the count in 14th, and Magenta Fez 15th. Great car for this track. Well, we'll see, Mr. Miller. We will see. Thought you'd like that, Bags. Had to get a smoke on though, and a drink. So the garlic bread's lurking. Get a smoko and a drink on while we're watching this. Right. 40-minute race for you guys. Let's see if they can get away cleanly enough and through the first few turns. Turn 1, turn 2, the centre S's are going to be the awkward section. So revs are up, they're away. Oh, P1 Rao has not started. We've got chaos. We've got chaos. It looks like we're going to have a restart, I would expect. Maybe some of these. Oh, we've got all sorts of glitching going on. Dory's left the room. Rao's left the room. Oh my god. Chaos. PlayStation, what are you doing to our lobbies? You're wrecking it, I tell you. You've not even brought PlayStation 5 and GT7 out yet, damn it. Trying to do the Apple thing, slow this down and wreck it, so we all go out and buy the new stuff. I ain't having it. I'll call you out live on air. Better be listening. I'm going to tag you, PlayStation. Might tweet you in a bit. You don't want that. Yeah, you don't want me tweeting you. Right. So that one's been cancelled. Let's see if we can get this race underway. We're still missing a driver, I think. Rao's back in the room. Still missing Dory. Dory might not be seeing Dory. Dory, his internet is very, very temperamental. It's a bit of a shame. He does struggle. Albania, is that where you're from, Dory? I thought you liked this track, CJ. This was one of your faves. Stop listening to the stream, pay attention to your race. Right, so we have got drivers out on track. Let's get ourselves there as well. And wait for a hopeful restart on this race. Oh, it's Dylan's lobby, isn't it? Yeah, Dylan will be flapping. Yeah, I think this is... Dylan doesn't host many lobbies. So he might just be having a bit of a flap. Now the race has been cancelled, he's got to rejig the lobby. Has he got to do grid positions by hand? It's going to be a pain in the behind, I can tell you that. Yeah, fair enough, Mark. If you had to pick a car for this track, it would be the Beetle, but you wouldn't pick this track. Fair enough. What track would you pick for Gr3 Beetle? There's a question. Is out on track then, smashing a lap in. Look at those lovely stickers on the back of that car, look. And on the rear wing. Gotta love it. CJ, the man who loves this track. practice starts, is he? Or is he just pretending he's on pole position? See what it feels like to be Raoul with a bionic foot. Yeah, not bad, CJ. Yeah, so we are going to see a little bit of a delay. Dory, evening. I'm assuming your Albanian internet exploded or something. Okay, GT going for a drifter-chon through there, but we are about to retry this race. Beetles look like they're a bit of a handful. Is that what happened? Yeah. I know you suffer a fair chunk with the old quakes out there. I know we've had to have you disappear, and you've disappeared before through that stuff like that. I didn't know it was you personally. I didn't see Raoul move on the grid to start with. Right, let's try again then. We are back in the same order, thankfully. Another 40 minutes. Let's see if all the drivers get away this time. Raoul's off. There is a... yeah, everyone's away well. That's good. Right, we're into it then. Through the centre S's, Raoul holding that top spot then. No one threatening him through there. Everyone keeping it very clean. Well done. But that has allowed Raoul to already pick up half a second gap over P1 Timberlake. I wouldn't worry too much. He's a bit of an alien himself, is P1 Timberlake. Let's see if he can keep Raoul in check. P1 Dylan sitting in third then, 0.3 of a second back. P1 Don, tiny bit of glitching from P1 Don. Eddie McCain's Mr. Potato Head liveried Beetle. Sitting in fourth at the minute, Reg GT fifth. Let's see how his internet holds up as well. He's been struggling a couple of weeks. Looking pretty solid at the minute. GTR Evo in sixth then off the line. CJ into seventh. P1 Apache in eighth. Manny Affleck in ninth. Convicts 10th. Dodgy 11th. Fizz in 12th. Down for the count in 13th. And Magenta in 14th. 5.9 back. Yeah, difficult circuit to race on this, especially for Magenta Fez, fresh to the sim racing world. So Raoul still leading then as we come around to finish lap one. Great big train of these drivers all on the start finish straight now. Give me some options, damn you, PlayStation. Right. Let's go on board with Raoul and have a quick look back. Let's see what it's looking like. P1 Dylan has slotted his way past P1 Timberlake, got himself up into second. But they are slowly losing time on P1 Raoul. He's got almost a second up front already. I wouldn't look at those little purple sectors. Everyone gets purple sectors on lap two. Able to close up on him through there though, taking a 10th out of Raoul's time. Closing up as well through here. So he's not quite disappeared yet, Raoul. Won't take him long though, I wouldn't have thought. The Germinator, as long as he can keep that Beetle pointing in a straight line. So still sitting in first. Dylan just mentioned getting past P1 Timberlake up into second. I'm liking that livery as well, P1 Dylan. P1 Timberlake then into third, picking up a bit of a penalty somewhere. P1 Don's got himself up into fourth. Reg GT is into fifth, also picking up a great big chunk of penalty as well. Top five starting to make a bit of a break. They have got 1.8 seconds between themselves and CJW. Is he going to be able to close the gap back up onto that top five? No, losing time. He's got a P1 Apache and GTR Evo quite close as well as they're headed down towards the centre S's. Duco, evening. Shouts for CJ from Dukes. Manny in 8th then. Sorry, Manny in... get your words out, Bod. Get your words out. Manny in 9th. There he is. Convicts in 10th. The man from across the pond. Stewie Matters bolted on the front end of his car. I do like that. There it is. Fizz Ruckus in 11th then, so he's lost a bit of time as well, 1.9 seconds back. So Dodgy, I like in your livery, that's the specials livery we saw last week. So keeping Fizz Ruckus in check. Down for the count also, just hanging on to the coattails of Dodgy at the minute. Poor Magenta Fez now 22 seconds down. Again, difficult circuit to learn this one. So still nothing in it between the top 5 guys then. Still all there in a great big train. Raoul catching a big pile of dirt there, slowed him down a little bit. Timberlake still holding on to that penalty. Reg GT's dropped a little bit of his penalty. He's still got it. Just seeing a little bit of glitching coming in as well. Might have to not go on board with P1 Reg GT. We'll see how glitchy it is. It might start giving people epileptic fits. We'll see. Looking quite solid down here. Losing a bit of time to P1 Don in front. Now half a second back. Gains it back under braking though. But the top 4. Raoul's got a little bit of a gap up front. The top 3, next 3 are pretty close together. Bumper to bumper. Timberlake not able to get his way back past P1 Dylan, closing back up on Raoul through there as well. Yeah, pulling more time over now 6th place P1 Apache. CJW getting pushed down to 7th. Yeah, top 5 really starting to make a move now. Raoul has almost pulled that second gap over the next driver P1 Dylan. Back onto this long start finish straight. That gap probably come back down. So they will be gaining a tiny bit of slipstream down here. And it will only increase as they get closer. So does Timberlake make a move? Doesn't look like he's going to. Tries to lose his penalty as he comes into the S's. Not quite lost it. Still holds on to it. Don then unable to take advantage through there either. He stays in 4th. GT, yeah, he's trying to lose his penalty. What's happened there? CJ, what's happened? CJW losing connection maybe. I don't know, he's struggled with internet. I don't know whether he's had his new line put in yet. So sorry Duco, your man's out of the race for now. Reg GT then almost a second back from that top 4. So P1 Apache holds that 6th place. He just got himself past CJ, but now 4 seconds back from that top 5. His closest rival GTR Evo now 1.5 seconds back. Manny another 1.5 seconds back as well. Convict's in 9th. He's got Fizz Ruckus harassing him at the minute. Just got to be careful around these last few turns that Fizz just doesn't go for a bit of a dive. Yeah, Convicts is going slightly defensive through these turns. A little bit of glitching from himself as well. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. It might not look like it, but sometimes for the other driver, you can't actually see what the car's doing. It glitches around so much, and then 1 minute it's on the left hand side of the track, the next minute it's in front of you, causing accidents. So does Fizz go for a move down here? Thrown himself over to the inside. Can he carry the speed through the S's? Convicts is trying to run it round the outside with him. He holds the line through there. It's a good bit of driving side by side between those two. I still don't know who's quite got it. Fizz has got the inside line, but Convicts looks like he's carrying a bit more speed. Now Fizz, I thought Fizz had the inside line. It looks like Convicts had it, but I think Convicts has glitched out a little bit. I'm sure those cars had actually had a coming together at one point. So Dodgy in 11th then. He's trying to close that gap back up on those two drivers in front. Down for the count now, 5.7 seconds back. So it looks like he's had a bit of an incident somewhere. No damage on his car. Damage is only on light anyway. Now sitting in 12th. So a lot of work to do for down for the count. Little flash of the lights from him there as well. Magenta Fez. Oh, 45 seconds down. Again, fresh and brand new to the sim racing world, so I don't want to hear it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so now the fighting behind has allowed P1 Raul to make a bit of a stomp down the start-finish straight. What is he? 1.8 seconds up front now. He'll be out of the slipstream range. He's just lost a tenth through there. But P1 Timberlake has regained that second position, pulled a bit of a gap over. Now third place P1 Don, so maybe P1 Dylan's had a bit of an incident and slowed the two drivers down behind, which has allowed Raul to escape, but Don and Timberlake are managing to get through, leaving Dylan in fourth, but he is fighting back now. He's trying to make a move around the outside of Don. Not going to get it done through there. Can he get a tighter line on the exit, go for a move down the inside? No, he's too far back. Reg GT still bolted onto the back of this fight. He'll be happy they've had an incident. So his second gap is now just under half a second. Can Reg GT get his way past these two? Raul's pulled a full 2 seconds over P1 Timberlake. So Don's still holding on to third. I don't think Dylan's close enough to make a move down into the S's. No, a little bit too far back. Okay, Reg GT's in the pits already. Could have gone for a couple more laps, but he's coming early to get out of the fight with the drivers in front. So Raul stops out, just under a quarter of a tank on board for Raul. Still plenty of wear left on those tyres. Timberlake losing another quarter of a second to Raul then. He's got a bit more fuel on board, so he was doing a tiny bit of fuel saving earlier on in the race. That's why he might not have been too bothered about losing the second position earlier on in the race. Just follow P1 Don round, use him to push the hole in the air. You just follow him through. So Don then, yeah, he's got about an eighth of a tank left, so he's obviously used a little bit more. Dylan, so he was sitting in second, so he was pushing his own hole in the air through the air earlier. Well on fuel, he's not lost as much as some of the drivers in front. Where did Reg GT come back out? So came back out in 11th. Still the top four have not pit. So maybe Reg GT's broken a lap too early. Could have gone for another lap. They have plenty of fuel on board to do it. Keep it on the black stuff, Reg. So where's Raul? Halfway around the other side of the track. 2.5 second lead. He should be in. He might brave it out for another lap. He does know his strategies quite well, does Raul. As we can see, he's pulled that 2.5 second lead from Timberlake. Timberlake is no slouch behind the wheel, nor is Don Dylan or GTR Evo, Reg GT himself as well. Interesting to see where Reg GT ends up when these lot come in. So he has moved up a couple more positions. He's back up into 8th. Some of the other drivers pitting, allowing him through. So Don just losing a bit of time to P1 Timberlake as well. Dylan losing a bit more time, picking himself up a chunk of penalty he's got to lose as well. That's going to take him out of the fight with P1 Don for the time being. Who comes in now? Dylan stops out. P1 Don's in. Dylan stops out. So he's braving it out on that last little bit of fuel. Let's hope he makes it. Raoul's in. P1 Don's in then. GTR Evo's done well on fuel. He's still got a quarter of a tank left. So he's up into third, but he will lose that position again. So Reg GT on his early stop. He's going to come out right in the thick of it between, is it P1 Don and Raoul? It is. Raoul's just come out. Reg GT comes through and P1 Don just exits the pits behind. There he is. But he did come in 2 laps earlier. Has gone for a full tank of fuel as well. What's oh sorry, that's Don we're on board with. So Reg GT actually only taken on board just about 3/4 of a tank. And Raoul went for a full tank as well. So this might benefit Reg GT in his second stint, but then it might hurt him in his third. If he has to take on board fuel earlier, he might have to take on an extra stop. But front runner P1 Timberlake comes in the pits now. P1 Dylan follows him in. GTR Evo, so he's still got loads of fuel on board as GTR Evo. Stops out, goes for another one. See what the time is between himself. It should be P1 Raoul who takes second. Yes, it is. 8.3 seconds. That's not long enough to get in and out of the pits in front of him, but it's enough to get him in and out in the thick of it and bring him back into the fight with these boys, I think. So here's Raoul then, fresh set of tyres, loads of fuel on board. Timberlake now 2.7 seconds back after his stop. Lap later than Raoul. Reg GT losing a spot then. He's gained a couple of positions, but he's lost the position to P1 Timberlake, who's obviously slotted himself out in between Raoul and himself. P1 Don has closed the gap back up on Reg GT. Dylan lost a bit of time, 2.3 seconds, still a great big chunk of penalty, and Reg GT's left the room. I wonder his internet's finally given up the ghost. P1 Apache's been in then. I want to just keep my eye on GTR Evo. So just comes around this turn. Is he going to brave it out for one more? He has lost about 1.5 seconds to Raoul. Going again, so he's losing a lot of time to Raoul. Gap's starting to develop. The top 5 quite spread out now. There are some little battles kicking off further back in the pack. We'll go and have a look at those. So P1 Apache's out on his own a little bit in 6th, 10 seconds in front of P1 Dylan, good couple of seconds back to Manny in 7th. So Dodgy into 8th. Convicts, I think it was these 3 that were having a bit of a punch up earlier. Spread out a tiny bit now. So Convicts 9th, Fizzruckus in 10th, down for the count in 11th. The old Cheech and Chong livery on there. If you know, you know. Magenta Fez, just getting it back on track. Oh, not getting on well. Sitting in 12th, just letting these drivers come through. It's a good bit of courtesy from Magenta Fez, but I think she needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Right, you better come in this time, GTR Evo, or your race is going to be lost right here. He's gone for it again. I don't know whether you've got enough fuel on board there, GTR Evo. It's a brave move. I kind of guessed that, Reg GT. Told you you needed to shove a metal coat hanger in it, didn't I? So yes, GTR Evo then stopped out. The gap been reduced down to 3.3 seconds between himself and Raul. Not lost any more time. P1 Timberlake still 2.4 seconds, 2.5 seconds back. Yeah, I saw you glitching quite badly in qualifying, Reg, and then you didn't look too bad in the race early on. There was a tiny bit, but not like you weren't flying across the track, you were just a little bit. It's yeah, it's a pain, isn't it, CJ? It is a pain. So Don sitting in fourth then, still only 1.8 seconds back from Timberlake. Dylan again not that far off, he has lost a lot more time though, 3.2 seconds. So he was fighting it out with these top three. Now it's starting to just fall away from him, and he's got half a second penalty to lose as well. P1 Apache's lost a bit more time. Right, Evo's in now, so that releases Raul, Timberlake, Don, Dylan. P1 Apache's possibly going to get this position, maybe. No, I think Don might, sorry, GTR Evo might get back out in front of him. I'm saying it's a might. It's a big might. I'm lying. Apache's going to take the place, and he might even lose it to Manny as well. So Manny just comes through. Where's GTR Evo? Just coming out of the pits now. So there's Manny in front. So GTR Evo, he's come in, absolutely brimmed that tank, gone for a fresh set of racing softs. And he's managed to make that last exactly halfway through this race. So one stopping for GTR Evo if he can do it again. Whereas some of the other drivers up front will have to stop again, bringing GTR Evo back into play. Well, so race leader Raul then, now 3 seconds he's got over P1 Timberlake. Pulls another 10th through there. Oh, and then loses it on the exit. Timberlake going massively wide. I don't think he'll pick up a penalty for that one. He will if he goes wide here. I think just keeping two wheels on the curb will keep you safe through there. And it has done. But he has still lost more time to Raul. 3.8 seconds the gap. 3.9. So the Germinator, the bionic foot, is fully engaged now. Just chucks it over that 4-second mark. Again, only half a tank of fuel on board, so Raul possibly got a pit again, unless he does a bit of radical fuel saving. P1 Timberlake, looks like he's lost a bit of time. P1 Don's closed the gap back up on him. So he did look a little bit slow through turn 3. So now P1 Don to close that gap, less than a second between these two. R80, how you doing, mate? How you doing? I'm all good. I don't know about them lot. So can he keep with P1 Timberlake, close that gap back up, possibly go for a position 6 16.5 minutes left of this 40-minute. Dylan then now 4 seconds back, still holding 0.3 of a second penalty. You can just see those drivers slowly disappearing off in front of him. So Apache then 13 seconds back in 5th position. Under no threat currently from Manny, who's 4 seconds back, 4.7 seconds back with a 1.7 second penalty to get rid of somewhere. GTR Evo then 7th, 3.3 seconds back. Again, looking like he's going for the one stopper is GTR Evo. So we'll see whether his strategy plays out. So P1 Dodgy then another 12.7 seconds back in the specials liveried Beetle. I forgot what they were for a second. The American from across the pond, he's another 15 seconds back in 9th. Under no threat either from Down for the Count, who's another 9.2 seconds back. He has got himself up into 10th though, as Down for the Count, just getting himself past Fizz Ruckus there. Fizz might be coming back at him though. Down the inside for Fizz, can he hold the position? Can. Down for the Count, unfortunately, made the move. He's lost the position again though. He's not allowing Fizz Ruckus to just run away with that one, keeping the pressure piled on him. Needs to harass him so much he makes a mistake. That's what Down for the Count needs to do. Or wait for the start finish straight and just use the toe, or just losing the tail end of that Beetle there. That's not going to help the efforts on chasing down Fizz Ruckus in front. It's less than a second between these two though. So into this final turn, can Down for the Count carry the speed? It's not looking like it. Fizz Ruckus extending that gap to over a second. Unfortunately, Down for the Count is pretty much out of slipstream range as well. Those last couple of turns just cost him the opportunity here on lap 17. It was lap 16. Let's see how far up the road the German is now. Well, let's go and see where Magenta Fez is. Oh, unfortunately, sliding off at the same corner we saw her sliding off at last time. Still obviously 12th, staying out of the way of drivers coming through there as well. So what's Raul got now? 4.7 second lead. Behind we've got P1 Timberlake, still under threat from P1 Don, less than a second between these two still. So on board with P1 Don, looking to hunt down P1 Timberlake in front. Extra dab of brake going through there. P1 Timberlake does just stretch that lead to over a second though. P1 Don losing a bit of time. Loses another 10 through there as well. P1 Timberlake starting to just creep away from P1 Don. Extending then to 1.4. So yeah, P1 Don is now out of slipstream range as well, as he just sees P1 Timberlake slowly edge his way down the road away from him. Gains a 10th back through there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, the gap's steady at 1.4 really. Just bring it down a 10th. Does he lose it again through the S's? Keeps it at about 1.4, but yeah, he's got to hope for a bit of a mistake from P1 Timberlake, to be honest. Okay, Manny's in the pits, P1 Apache's in the pits as well. So that releases GTR Evo to come into 5th. But now he's got 23 second deficit to the drivers in front. Ooh, drifting it through turn 2. 11.5 minutes remaining. Drivers in front have got to pit again. GTR Evo is going for the one stop. So Raul's never going to last 11 minutes on that fuel. Aaron is, wow, it's going to be close on that fuel for him. P1 Don, he's probably got to pit again as well. And P1 Dylan, I think he might have enough fuel on, maybe. But yeah, lost a bit more time. So still positions could change in this one. It's not over yet. Let's see what happens with GTR Evo, his one-stop strategy. His mid-stop strategy. Let's see if it works out for him. So Apache back out the pits in 6th. Dodgy's managed to get back through to 7th, but he's probably going to stop again anyway. That's going to allow Manny to come back through. Manny's still almost got a second penalty to drop as well. Convicts in 9th. Lonely race for him at the minute. 30 seconds in front of Manny. 17 seconds back to down for the count. Outlap for down for the count, just coming out of the pits then. Oh, unfortunately, down for the count has overfueled. So he's absolutely brimmed his tank. So A, he spent too long in the pits, because obviously if you're not putting in as much fuel, you're not spending as much time in the pits. And B, his car now weighs an absolute ton, and he's got to drive that round now for the next 9.5 minutes, wearing his tyres out quicker than he should. But he is up into 10th. He's got himself back in front of Fizz Ruckus. His tyre's looking a little bit warm, but he's only got half a tank of fuel on board, so his car a little bit lighter than down for the counts. We'll see if he can make anything of that. So Raul's in the pits, some of the other drivers in the pits as well. Right, Don comes through then. Dylan also stops out. Don going for that final little last lap. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Dylan stopped out as well. He's got enough fuel on. Yeah, I think he's got enough fuel on to go to the end. Whether his tyres hold out or not, he's going to have a very fast Raul and a very fast Timberlake chasing him down now on fresh boots and only half a tank. And the same for Raul. So GTR Evo then. 5th. That gap come down between himself and Timberlake. 17 seconds the deficit. But that's a little bit too far back to be making moves 8 minutes before the end of this race. So we should see P1 Don in this lap. Don't do it, Don. Stop. Go in the pits, Don. He's done it. Whew. So he comes in. Dylan stops out as he's got plenty of fuel on board. Almost lost his penalty as well. Well done, Dylan. Raul comes through to take second then. Timberlake third. P1 Don still in the pits, just coming out, been released. So Raul and Timberlake will be in front of him. But he'll be on a couple of lap fresher tyres. GTR Evo. He won't take that place, he's too far back. It does register the position change when they come past the pit entrance. For some reason, not the start and finish line. So GTR Evo has only got 13.8 seconds in front to a 4th place P1 Don. Again, fresher tyres on for P1 Don and very similar in fuel. So I wouldn't have thought GTR Evo would be able to close that gap up. Right, what's the gap that Dylan's got to try and defend? 4.3 seconds on a semi-worn set of racing softs. 6.5 minutes left to go. And he's got an angry German behind him. I don't know why he's angry, just probably is. But he has now got a P1 Timberlake who's closed up on him. It's not less than a second, it's just over a second, sorry, 1.05. So looking to hunt down Raoul at the end of this race is Timberlake. And both of these drivers looking to hunt down P1 Dylan. Still at 4.1 seconds. They're all on the same straight now. P1 Don as well, just off that straight as Raoul went through the final turn there. So a bit of work for Raoul, Don to do then. 4.8 seconds to try and close that gap. GTR Evo picking himself up another penalty. So he's comfortably in 5th at the minute, GTR Evo. Apache also in a very similar position. He's got 11.8 seconds in front to GTR Evo, 15 seconds behind to Manny. Manny again, 15-16 seconds either side of him. Bit of a penalty to lose for himself. Dodgy in 8th. Similar gaps. The race is starting to spread out at the back. So Convicts in 9th, 12 seconds in front, 25 seconds behind to Fizz. Fizz not out of danger from down for the count, even with that full tank. He's not messing about. He's still less than a second back from Fizz. Actually getting a really good exit. Can he close the gap down? Don't think he's quite close enough before the S's. It's a late lunge if he does. But still piling that pressure on Fizz Ruckus. Little flash of the lights, try and put him off, why not? Magenta Fez still in 12th, but picking up extra points because of all you useless interneted people. Alright, so Magenta Fez is better than you lot. She's faster, she's quicker, she's going to have more points by the end of the season. That's all I'm saying about that. Sort your internets. Right, here we go. Dylan's got it wrong somewhere. He has now lost all that time. 1.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds between himself and the angry German. 3.5 minutes left on this clock. P1 Timberlake still within striking distance as well, only a second back. So the top three all getting close and up close and personal at the end of this one. Will Dylan, what we've got, 2 laps left. Is he going to make that? He might have to do a little bit of fuel saving. He is fuel saving now, I think. He is short shifting. Raoul's come through to take the place. Dylan slots himself in, looks for the toe. Yes, he's short shifting. He's in 7th. He's coasting. There's no way he's going to get 2 laps out of that tank without doing some fuel saving. Keeping it fully pressed down here. But Timberlake comes through. I think he's probably changed his fuel mode. So not running as quick as Timberlake or Raoul. That's allowing them to just squeeze through as easily as they did. But Dylan on a real frugal fuel saving mission now to try and get to the end of this race. Raoul then 1.3 seconds up front. This and 1 more lap to go. They might even see 2. No, they won't see 2. So P1 Timberlake, as mentioned, still within striking distance. Second back from P1 Raoul. Closes the gap just on the exit of the final turn. Drivers starting to struggle for fuel Now then, is P1 Don going to be able to take advantage of P1 Dylan's fuel situation? P1 Timberlake then unable to close the gap on Raoul through there. So this will literally become final lap as they hit the start-finish straight. But it's looking good for Raoul at the minute. Still got 1.1 seconds over P1 Timberlake. I'm just trying to keep on my eye on the Don Dylan fight. Just see if Don manages to make a move on Dylan. He's still quite a way back. Closes up massively under braking into turn 4 though. I'll just nip back and have a look at that. So Timberlake still 1.1 seconds back. P1 Dylan here now then in third. He's got Don only 1.2 seconds back, closing down rapidly in these last few corners. Less than a second. Can Dylan hold on to this top spot? Is he going to run out of fuel? Is he on absolute minimum fuel level? He's not running quick. So Raoul still leading. One more turn to go. The precision German engineering quite easily through there. Don't spin it up now, Raoul. Make me look an idiot. So he's led from start to finish by the pit window where everyone was swapping and swapping. But he took pole position, he led from the start, and here he is coming across the line in first then. Nice race, Raoul. Timberlake, good race as well, not quite able to close the gap up in the end. Don then did get through. Dylan is out of fuel. And here he is, coasting. GTR Evo. Is he going to blag the position? No, he's not. Dylan is just going to coast across the line now, then takes the Ford GTR Evo. Unlucky. He's just about out of fuel as well there, so right to the limit for GTR Evo. 5th place for him. P1 Apache. He's going to take 6th. Let's just wait for the Red Indian to come across the line. Flash of the lights, try and kill some pit crew, why not? 6th for Apache, 7th for Manny, also trying to take out cameramen and stewards. So Dodgy is going to take 8th. Looks like Fizz, Magenta and Down for the Count have already finished. So yeah, Dodgy in the checkered specials livery is going to take 8th position. We have already had Fizz Ruckus Down for the Count and Magenta Fez finish in 10th, 11th and 12th respectively. And we just wait for Convicts Popeye to come across the line in 9th there to take that final position. So some good racing, some real good racing between the top 5 for the first stint. And it was literally Reg GT that caused it all to go wrong, and then he dived out the lobby. Pitted early, which broke up the really good fight between the top 5, and then his internet exploded. Poor bloke. But that was round 4 of the P1RC's Stuey McCombie Beetle League. It's been a good season actually, a lot of interest in this league. Good cars as well, the Beetles. A lot of the drivers getting on with them, getting quite a lot of use in other leagues and lobbies as well. It's actually one of the first cars I raced on Gran Turismo in a daily. We don't talk about dailies. Ugh, dirty things. Right, what we got coming up? What have we got coming up? So, what are we on Thursday? Nothing tomorrow, nothing Saturday. 8 o'clock on Sunday, we've got Tanso Racing's Ford Focus Cup. That's the Creative Motorsport sponsored league. Again, really good racing in that one. Close, respectful, some real good battles in that. It's going to be a closely fought season, that one. And straight after that, so that one's at 8 o'clock, and literally I come off that stream and 10 minutes later I'm back on air again with the P1 boys and their Super Formula League as well. So that's pretty much Formula 1 cars. That will be 9 o'clock onwards. We've got the Minis, the Lambos and the Gr3 League starting up in 2 weeks time. So that's the 16th, 17th and 18th of November. Minis on the 16th at 8:30. Lambo's on the 17th at 8:30, and the GR3 League on the Wednesday at 8:30. And that's when I start to get busy again. All the days of the week. Well, lots of them anyway. Yes, unlucky Dylan, unlucky. A bit of a shame there for Dylan to run out of fuel. Lost that position to Don right at the end. So yes, that's pretty much what I've got coming up. The Tanso Ford Focuses at 8 o'clock Sunday, and straight after that the Super Formulas with these boys again at 9 o'clock. So come and check it all out. Other than that, hit that like button, subscribe and all that sort of stuff. If you want to help out and support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/darksmoka and donate me a coffee if you feel like some of that. I'll put links in the description to all the stuff. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Let me just catch up with this chat because stuff's going off. No problem, Reg. No problem. Sort your internet out. Shove a coat hanger in it. Baggy. Yeah, good racing. Well done. No problem. Yeah. Right. That's it. I've read the chat. I've told you what's coming up. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe. Tell your mates. Tell your mum. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.